A new study blames pollution of all types for 9 million deaths a year globally, with the death toll attributed to dirty air from cars, trucks, and industry rising 55% since 2000. That increase is offset by fewer pollution deaths from primitive indoor stoves and water contaminated with human and animal waste. So, overall pollution deaths in 2019 are about the same as in 2015. The United States is the only fully industrialized country in the top 10 nations for total pollution deaths, ranking 7th with 1,42,883 deaths blamed on pollution in 2019, sandwiched between Bangladesh and Ethiopia, according to a new study. Tuesday's pre pandemic study is based on calculations derived from the Global Burden of Disease Database and Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation in Seattle. India and China lead the world in pollution deaths with nearly 2.4 million and almost 2.2 million deaths a year. But the two nations also have the world's largest population. Pollution kills about the same number of people a year around the world as cigarette smoking and secondhand smoke combined, the study said. 9 million deaths is a lot of deaths, said the director of the Global Public Health Program and Global Pollution Observatory at Boston College. The bad news is that it is not decreasing. We are making gains in the easy stuff and we are seeing the most difficult stuff, which is ambient outdoor industrial air pollution and chemical pollution, which are still going up. As the 75th Cannes Film Festival kicked off in France on Tuesday, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky made a surprise appearance via video link. In a live satellite video address from Kyiv, Volodymyr Zelensky asked for the cinema world's solidarity with Ukrainians in the face of Russian invasion. During the festival's open ceremony, Zelensky spoke at length about the connection between cinema and reality, referencing films like Francis Ford Coppola's Apocalypse Now and Charlie Chaplin's The Great Dictator as not unlike Ukraine's present circumstances. Zelensky quoted Charlie Chaplin's 1940 film The Great Dictator, saying, "The hate of men will pass and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people, and so long as men die, liberty will never perish." We need a new chaplain who will demonstrate that the cinema of our time is not silent, imploring Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky, who drew a standing ovation, emphasizing that their future depends on cinema. Volodymyr Zelensky said, "Today the cinema is not silent. Remember these words. The power they have taken from people will return to the people," said Zelensky. The war in Ukraine is expected to be a regular presence in Cannes. The festival has barred Russians with ties to the government. Several films from prominent Ukrainian filmmakers, including Sergei Losnitsa's documentary, The Natural History of Destruction, are set to be screened during the 12-day festival. The footage, shot by Mantas, the Lithuanian filmmaker, before he was killed in Mariupol in April, will also be shown by his fiancée. Australian cricket legend Andrew Symonds has died in a car accident in Queensland, Australian media reported on Sunday. Symonds played 26 test matches for Australia and scored 2 centuries. He played 198 one-day internationals for Australia and was a part of 2 World Cup wins. Andrew Symonds was reportedly involved in a single vehicle incident in Harvey Range, 50 kilometers from Townsville on Saturday night, May 14. The Australian Cricket Board is shocked and saddened by the news of Andrew Symonds' passing. Cricket Australian chairperson Lachlan Henderson said Australian cricket has lost another of its very best. Andrew was a generational talent who was instrumental in Australia's success at World Cups as a part of Queensland's rich cricket history. He was a cult figure to many who was treasured by his fans and friends. On behalf of Australian cricket, our deepest sympathies are with Andrew's family, teammates, and friends, said Lachlan Henderson. The International Cricket Council took to Twitter to confirm his death and mourn the loss of the cricket legend. Cricket fans all over the world are mourning the loss of the cricket legend. Former Pakistani cricketer Shoaib Akhtar also wrote on Twitter to express his condolences over the incident. Afghanistan's interior minister promised very good news soon on the return of girls to secondary school in a rare interview broadcast Monday by CNN. At the end of the March, Taliban, who took power after US forces withdrew from the country last August, closed high schools and colleges for girls just hours after their reopening. The unexpected reversal ordered by the supreme leader of the Taliban of the country outraged many Afghans and international community. I would like to provide some clarification. There is no one who opposes education for women, said Interior Minister Sirajuddin Haqqani, long one of the most secretive Taliban leaders and who only showed his face in public for the first time in March. He argued that girls could already go to primary school. Above that grade, the work is continuing on a mechanism to allow girls to attend secondary school. He said, very soon you will hear very good news about this issue. Haqqani hinted that the mechanism was linked to school dress codes, explaining that education should be based on Afghan culture and Islamic rules and principles, and referred more broadly to the issue of women wearing the hijab. After their return to power, Taliban demanded that women wear at least a hijab, a scarf covering the head but revealing the face. But since the beginning of May, they have instead forced them to wear a full veil in public and preferably a burqa, which has been compulsory when they first ran the country between 1996 and 2001. A handful of cases of monkeypox have now been reported or are suspected in United Kingdom, Portugal and Spain. The outbreaks are raising alarm because the disease mostly occurs in West and Central Africa and only very occasionally spreads elsewhere. Monkeypox is a virus that causes fever symptoms as well as distinctive bumpy rashes. It is usually mild, although there are two main strains. The Congo strain, which is more severe with up to 10% mortality, and West African strain, which has a fatality rate of more like 1% of cases. The UK cases have been reported as the West African strain. Historically, there have been very few cases exported. It has only happened 8 times in past before this year, said Jimmy Whiteworth, a professor of international public health at London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine, who said it was highly unusual. Portugal has logged 5 confirmed cases and Spain is testing 23 potential cases. Neither country has reported cases before. The virus spreads through close contact, both in spillovers from animal hosts and less commonly between humans. It was first found in monkeys in 1958, hence the name, although rodents are now seen as the main source of transmission. Transmission this time is puzzling experts because a number of cases in United Kingdom, 9 as of May 18, have no known connection with each other. Only the first case reported on May 6 had recently traveled to Nigeria. As such, experts have warned of wider transmission if cases have gone unreported. Tesla and SpaceX Chief Executive Officer Elon Musk met with Brazil's President Jair Bolsonaro on Friday to discuss connectivity and other projects in Amazon rainforest. Meeting held in a luxurious resort in Sao Paulo state was organized by Communications Minister Fabio Faria, who has said he is seeking partnerships with the world's richest man to bring or improve internet in schools and health facilities in rural areas using technology developed by SpaceX and Starlink, and also to preserve the rainforest. Super excited to be in Brazil for launch of Starlink for 19,000 unconnected schools in rural areas and environmental monitoring of Amazon, Musk tweeted Friday morning. Illegal activities in the vast Amazon rainforest are monitored by several institutions such as National Space Agency, Federal Police, and environmental regulator IBAMA. But deforestation in the Brazilian Amazon has surged under Bolsonaro, reaching its highest annual rate in more than a decade, according to official data from the National Space Agency. Bolsonaro's critics say he is largely to blame, having emboldened loggers and land grabbers with his fervent support for development of this region. During the event, Bolsonaro said the region was really important to Brazil. We count on Elon Musk so that the Amazon is known by everyone in Brazil and in the world to show the exuberance of this region, how we are preserving it, and how much harm those who spread lies about this region are doing to us, he said. Bolsonaro and Musk appeared in a video transmitted live on the president's Facebook account, standing together on a stage and answering questions from a group of students. The prolonged war in Ukraine appears to be taking a toll on Russian President Vladimir Putin. According to media reports, an oligarch in Putin's inner circle was recorded saying that the 69-year-old is very ill with blood cancer. In the audio clip obtained by US-based New Lines magazine, Russian oligarch allegedly said that shortly after ordering invasion of Ukraine, Putin underwent back surgery linked to his blood cancer. He also claimed that the president has gone crazy. The problem is with his head. One crazy guy can turn the world upside down, the oligarch said in a long rant bashing Putin for the state of Russian economy. Lending further credence to the oligarch's remarks after Putin's health concerns, a former British intelligence officer told Sky News. Certainly, from what we are hearing from sources in Russia and elsewhere, is that Putin is, in fact, quite seriously ill. While it is unclear if his cancer is terminal or curable, the conflict with Ukraine has played an element in it, the ex-spy said. This is the latest after reports emerged earlier this month that Putin's health was deteriorating and he would be undergoing surgery for abdominal cancer. Dismissing these claims, the Kremlin has asserted that Putin is fit as a fiddle. Speculation about Russia's premier's purported illness has been rife due to his frail appearance at recent public events. Videos shared on social media also showed Putin trembling at Russia's Victory Day celebrations last week. Sri Lanka's new Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe on Monday said that the next couple of months will be the most difficult ones owing to the current economic crisis. The next couple of months will be the most difficult ones of our lives. We must prepare ourselves to make some sacrifices and face the challenges of this period, he said in a televised address to the nation. I have no desire to hide the truth and to lie to the public, although these facts are unpleasant and terrifying. This is the true situation. For a short period, our future will be even more difficult than the tough times that we have experienced. We will face considerable challenges and adversity. However, this period will not be long, he added. Wickremesinghe also said that his aim is to save the crisis-hit country and not a person, family, or group, in a reference to the politically influential Rajapaksa family. The estimated government expenditure for this year is Sri Lankan rupee 3.3 trillion. However, due to the increase in the interest rates and additional expenditure of the former government, the total government expenditure is Sri Lankan rupee 4 trillion. The budget deficit for the year is Sri Lankan rupee 2.4 trillion. This amount equals 13% of the GDP, he said. The United National Party leader was appointed as Sri Lanka's new prime minister after Mahinda Rajapaksa resigned from the post following the violence that erupted after a clash between pro and anti-government protesters. Turkey will oppose Sweden and Finland joining NATO, the country's president flatly stated in a video released Thursday. We have told our relevant friends we would say no to Finland and Sweden's entry into NATO, and we will continue on our path like this. President Recep Tayyip Erdogan told a group of Turkish youth in a video for commemoration of Ataturk Youth and Sports Day, a national holiday. Turkey's approval of Finland and Sweden's application to join the Western military alliance is crucial because NATO makes decisions by consensus. Each of its 30 member countries has the power to veto a membership bid. Erdogan has said Turkey's objection stems from grievances with Sweden's and to a lesser degree with Finland's perceived support of the banned Kurdistan Workers' Party or PKK, and an armed group in Syria that Turkey sees as an extension of the PKK. The conflict with the PKK has killed tens of thousands of people since 1984. Turkey also accuses Sweden and Finland of harboring the followers of Fethullah Gulen, a US-based Muslim cleric whom the Turkish government blames for the 2016 military coup attempt. A full recording of Erdogan's conversation with the youth for the holiday that marks the beginning of the Turkish War of Independence in 1919 is expected to be released Thursday night. It was not immediately clear when the conversation took place. In the remarks made available earlier Thursday, Erdogan accused the two prospective NATO members and especially Sweden of being a focus of terror, home to terror. He accused them of giving financial and weapon support to the armed groups and claimed the country's alleged links to terror organizations meant they should not be part of the transatlantic alliance. Amid the Russia-West tussle over the former invasion of Ukraine, the United States has decided to reduce its dependence on Moscow's weaponry and engage with India to deepen security ties with it. The US is preparing a military aid package for India. People familiar with the matter told Bloomberg the package would include foreign military financing of $500 million. This would make India one of the largest recipients of such aid behind Israel and Egypt. The exact details of the deal are yet to be announced. The proposal comes amid US President Joe Biden's effort to court India as a long-term security partner. The West has often implored India to slam Russia for its invasion of Ukraine. But New Delhi has stood firm on its stance to press for dialogues between two nations to resolve the crisis. An administration official said that the Washington aims to be seen as a reliable partner for India. The US is working with other nations, including France, to make sure Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government has the defense equipment it needs. While India is already diversifying its military platforms away from Russia, the US wants to help make that happen faster, the official said. The major challenge remains how to provide India major platforms like fighter jets, naval ships, and battle tanks, and we are looking for a breakthrough in one of these areas, the official said. The financing package being proposed would not exactly meet the requirements for these systems, as they can cost billions of dollars, but it would be a significant symbolic sign of support. India's External Affairs Ministry didn't immediately react, and officials at the State Department and US Embassy in New Delhi declined to comment.